The story takes place in the 19th century in Billeberg, a village on the coast of Norway, a small and cold place where the houses were small but cozy. In one of them lived two sisters named Martina and Philippa, who were daughters of a pastor and prophet. Papa sent Babette to the sister's house to save her since the war had taken everything from her. Sometime later, the sisters wanted to honor their father with a dinner. Babette offered to make it by paying for it with the lottery money. She organized a great feast, but the guests did not say anything due to the treatment they had. They were very moodly old men, but very devout. Alberto Fijo comments that the film is a very beautiful and sensitive parable about Christianity and the power of love manifested in something as sensitive as food. Juan Jesús de Cosar, a film critic, takes the film as a simple and profound creation paying homage to beauty, artistic creation, and Catholic spirituality through gastronomy. From Gabriel Axel's point of view, the film contains different messages, among them the individualistic society, where everyone is viewed with distrust and in the end is transformed by a person capable of loving. This is a metaphor of the fraternity that should reign in a social coexistence. It pays homage to the social and human meaning that hides behind something as material as gastronomy. The man transforms food into art, as always expressing love and affection. This love for Gallic cuisine arose thanks to the troubles in Denmark and France. Seeing it on another plane, we talk about Babette's Catholic faith and Puritan Calvinism, which is terminated with Babette's faith and her joy. On a deeper plane, a metaphor of the Eucharist is discussed, this being the center of the life of the Church and each Catholic. The feast is showing us the same Jesus Christ who gives himself generously, causing brotherhood between men. From my point of view, I think like Fijo, it was about seeking and transmitting Babette's love and gratitude towards the sister through food. By reading Cosar's review, it made me think that it is not just a dinner, but from the gastronomy of Babette's place of origin. The image shows Babette preparing a part of a feast, where the subject is the love that Babette wants to transmit towards the dinner through her food. In the shapes, we can find Babette a large amount of fruit, which represent abundance, but not money but love. In the content, we can see in Babette's case that what the artist wanted to convey is Babette's sincere love, which he wanted to represent through her feast, and the context is in the 19th century in Arwain village and 40 years old French woman. As for the elements of form, the light will be horizontal right in the middle of the image, where Babette is showing on one side and the fruit on the other. The shape is Babette and the large fruit of plate. In the valley, we can see that around the light is a bit dark and light in the middle. Where are Babette and the fruit alike, emphasize them. The textures are found in Babette's hair, skin, and hands. In the same way, on the walls and the fruit, the colors are sober, around, but in the center they are warm, which transmit harmony and at the same time emotions. In the principles of composition, we can notice a balance between the colors, the lights, and the subject. The repetitions are found in the fruits, such as grapes. The proximity that I perceive is between Babette and the pineapple that is located in the corner. As for the contrast, we can see the brightness between Babette, the fruit, and how dark the kitchen is. The proportion, despite whether you make the image small or larger. You imagine the size of the things. Some fruits look bigger or shorter than other ones. The author achieves harmony thanks to the colors and the light that is presented. The movement we can see only when Babette is going to place the fruits on the plate, making a forward movement, and the depth is very noticeable due to the shadows behind the main objects. In terms of architectural styles and colors, we see that they are somehow sober, and due to the century and the themes of highlighted religion, we can say that it is a historicist architecture. In the meaning of images, the mediator is Gabriel Axel. The messages that he wanted to convey are Babette's love from the sisters through gastronomy, the individualistic society, the fraternity that should reign, and the Puritan Calvinism. The recipient is in the same way the love and gratitude that she wanted to express. In the raptor of representation, there are many techniques he used to bring life to his movie. For example, the time that Axel has used for each shot and each scene allowed the development of special and intense moments. He conveys a suitable atmosphere in which the choice of horizontal lines and music provided by the landscape of the sea, the beach, the small coastal town, and the background instrumentals convey stability, security, and serenity. Through different scenographies, the different realities in which the characters develop are described. The dim light transmits a pleasant feeling. Axel achieved harmonization and orchestration of the light. The film also has its character as historical cinema. It shows past contradictions that are manifested today. In the image, we can see that the art of Romanticism, where the landscapes are melancholic. Impressionism, we can perceive the lights in pure colors. Expressionism tries to convey feelings through scenes. Constructivism through flat colors. Dadaism transforming something as everyday as food into art, and social realism through personal experiences. In semiotics, this will be the symbols such as the feast, which means Babette deal between her pain and the food. The planning, the preparation, and the service of the supper is the sacrament by which Babette will put to rest all that was taken for her family. When quail are served, the symbolism of death and burial is evident. You can appreciate the brutality of kitchen preparation like plucking quail. As for the custom, we can relate it to social origins, lifestyle, and religion. The dresses were of dark tones, very white and warm, whose intention was to dress, keeping away the sensual and worldly temptation. In aesthetic, they achieved glamour and subduedness through music, managed to generate a unique shot through the movements of camera, through the actors' faces and landscapes, making a shot of unity and monotony. The arid and cold geography transmitted austerity. Speaking of the psychology of colors, they use a lot of white colors which transmit purity, yellow in light tones that transmit power and abundance, red which transmit passion, oranges representing lust and the divine, blue giving tranquility and freshness, green that are hope among others. In the rule of thirds, for me the attention goes especially on Babette's face, which according to this rule is in the upper left, since the light is directed at her face. The truth is, at first the movie seemed boring to me, but as I was investigating it seemed more and more interesting, and in a certain emotional way we see the different interpretations that things can have, and I know this thanks to the classes I have had of these topics, and thanks to this I have managed to have a broad perception of everything that surrounds me. Because of this, the question that arises for me is, how can we better perceive people's interpretations regarding to the knowledge we have of them?